Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 15 preview between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Texans. This week versus the Indianapolis Colts, the Houston Texans can get Case Keenum on the move in hopes to generate a big play and also utilize his athleticism. I'm going to show you what we can do off of a fake strong side zone action. So we're going to fake the zone action here, and we're going to fake the handoff, boot Case Keenum out. Now pre-snap is where a lot of the motion is going to take place. We're going to motion our fullback over as if he's leading the way to that outside zone. And once he gets in between the guard and the tackle, inside leg of the tackle, outside leg of the guard, you want to snap the football. He's coming back across the formation and running in the flat. He's going to be the first read for Case Keenum to get the football out of his hands quickly. Next, we're going to have the tight end show as if he's blocking down, stem up 10 to 12 yards, and come across the middle of the field, giving Case Keenum another guy that's going to be clearing in space. We're going to have a backside post as well in case he can set up here outside leg of the tackle and hit the big play deep down the field. And on the front side, we have the 15-yard deep comeback, which he can drill right there in the chest of the wide receiver. So that's one play they love to run off of play action, off of their outside zone play action. Just a short motion with the fullback in the backfield and dropping him off in the flat, giving him that quick hot read could generate a big play in a passing game this week versus Indianapolis. Versus the Houston Texans, the Indianapolis Colts will see a wide assortment of coverages, but one coverage in particular will be cover 4. I'm going to show you how they can defeat cover 4 with the turn route as well as the shoot route in unison. Show you what we have here. Spacing is key. You have a bunch set right here to the strong side of the formation, the weak side of the formation, and we're going to run the shoot route with this wide receiver that's underneath the guy at the top of the bunch, so to speak. And we're going to bring our receiver over here in a short motion. Now he's going to run a turn route, and we're trying to put this outside linebacker in a bind. He's going to have to make a choice. Outside leg of the tackle is when you want to snap the football. He's sprinting up as if he's running to the flat and stopping right there. Just turning around. That's your quick read for Andrew Luck off of play action. He's sitting up right here, fake the handoff, hitting the turn route if this guy is just wide open. Why he's going to be wide open? Because we're running the split with the wide receiver at the top of the bunch, and we're running the shoot route with the guy on the bottom part of the bunch. And that's your shoot route. So now this linebacker is going to have to make a choice. And on the backside, we have the backside post to take away the free safety. So what we're trying to do here is make this guy make a decision. Either the decision he makes is going to be wrong. You have the receiver crossing face of the cornerback that takes him out. This is too far away for the strong safety to get here. Now if this guy try to buzz and get out to that shoot route quickly, the turn route is open. If he sits on the turn route, the shoot route is open. So you're giving Andrew Luck a two-way go. You're putting this player in a bind. And I think this week versus the Houston Texans, that's a way they can take advantage of an aggressive defensive front seven in the passing game. And this is one route that you can run all the way down the field. Again, puts the linebacker in the bind, and this is great versus cover 4. Now here are some in-game adjustments that you want to watch out for in this ball game for the Texans. That weak side defense will be key. I know the Colts are a strong side running football team, but the weak side defense can't fall asleep when you have a mobile quarterback in Andrew Luck. And they may even try to attack the weak side of the defense in the passing game, so they have to bring their A game this week versus Indianapolis. And you also want to keep an eye on the first quarter aggressiveness from Wade Phillips on both sides of the ball. He's now the interim head coach. So it'll be key to see how aggressive they are this week very early versus the Colts to try to set the tone in this ball game. And you also want to notice how they handle the blitz on offense. We know Case Keenum struggles versus the blitz. He's going to get the start. How they handle the blitz early will determine whether or not they can win this game moving forward. And for the Colts in this ball game, you want to keep an eye on how they compensate for the running game. We know right now they're struggling to run the football with consistency, and they're going to have to be balanced this week versus Houston if they want to have success. And on the back end, in the secondary, mission number 1 obviously is to take away Andre Johnson. So how will they do that? Will they combo cover him on the back end, maybe bracket him and play zone everywhere else? There's many different options they can take, but they have to make sure they take away the Texans' number 1 option. So combo covering on the back end will be something you want to watch for throughout the course of this game. And the screen game versus the pressure of the Texans, I'm willing to bet they're going to go extra aggressive versus Andrew Luck, try to force a quick decision. So how they handle that pressure, maybe with the screen game, will be something that you should keep an eye on throughout the course of this matchup between the Texans and the Colts. Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this ball game. For Houston, Case Keenum's pocket presence will be key. He has to do a better job versus the blitz in order for this offense to have success, and they have to collapse the pocket around Andrew Luck. Let's not forget, he's a tremendous athlete. He can do a lot of damage in and out of the pocket, and you don't want him to extend the play in the passing game and pick up those cheap 4 to 5, even 20 yards in a running game. So you have to collapse the pocket around him and force him to play within that tackle box. And you have to play the complete game. Right now, the Texans play well in spurts. They have to play 4 quarters of football in order to come away victorious and turn their season around and end on a high note. And for the Colts in this ballgame, the offensive tackles have to be the hammer and not the nail. A lot of times you're seeing the tackles wait and catch defenders. They have to be aggressive, get those hands up quickly, and that way they can stonewall those guys at the line of scrimmage. And the Colts will have to force the Texans to cover every blade of grass, and that's all about balancing in the passing game. We saw that last week versus Cincinnati, how they're able to get other receiving options involved, and if they can do that this week versus Houston, they can have a lot of success. And they have to play up-tempo. The Colts are a better football team offensively when they open up the passing game and play with that up-tempo style. So I think they have to start the game the way they try to finish it when they're trying to come back. If they can do this, they can have a lot of success versus this Texans defense. The X factor for the Texans will be offensive coordinator Rick Dennison and what he can do to get Case Keenum in the groove very early in this ball game. Because if they can be balanced, if they can move the football versus the Colts, they can win this ball game. So Dennison has to call the perfect game for Case Keenum's skill set. And the X factor for the Colts will be their passing game. Last week you saw the emergence of undrafted rookie free agent Derek Rogers, a guy that I had a second-round grade on, and now that's a viable number 2 option for that Colts offense, and it balances the field in the passing game. If he can have a bounce back, or if he can have an encore performance, this bodes well for the Colts moving forward into the playoffs. I like the Colts in this ballgame. Right now, they're a better football team than Houston. And we look at the defense, I think they'll have a great game versus Case Keenum and slowing down that Texans offense. So I like the Colts to win this one at home. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Colt fan forums and Texans fan forums for always showing football game plan support.